In the arid expanse of Southern California, the story of Aaron Corwin emerges as a poignant tale of loss and remembrance. 19 years old and pregnant, she vanished on the 28th of June, leaving her home in the desert town of 29 Palms. Her destination, she told her husband, was the rugged beauty of Joshua Tree National Park. When she failed to return, concern turned to alarm, and a search was launched. The search ended tragically over a month later when investigators uncovered her body in the shadowy depths of an abandoned mine shaft. The cause of her untimely demise, authorities revealed, was homicide. The investigation led to the arrest of Christopher Brandon Lee, a former Marine, apprehended far from the desert in the remote wilderness of Alaska. Aaron Corwin's life began on the 15th of July, 1994, in the United States. Her biological parents remain unnamed in the annals of her history. Yet fate smiled upon her when Laura and William, a compassionate couple from Tennessee, embraced her as their own. In their Oak Ridge home, Aaron thrived alongside 6 siblings, 5 of whom were also adopted. For Laura and William, adoption was a sacred duty, a response to a divine calling to nurture those in need. Their household became a sanctuary for children requiring special care, such as their youngest, Trisha, whose life was fleeting yet filled with love. Aaron's innate compassion was evident from a tender age. Her mother fondly recounted her daughter's uncanny ability to train a rabbit to walk on a leash, a testament to her gentle nature and affinity for animals. This love only deepened over time, evolving into a remarkable talent for taming horses, a skill that set her apart. Her bond with her pony Riley was a cherished aspect of her life. In the backdrop of her adolescence, Aaron encountered Jonathan Corwin. Their paths first crossed in the innocence of youth, but it was through the digital threads of social media that their connection blossomed into a romance. Jonathan, a year her senior, eventually found the courage to ask her out, choosing her 16th birthday as the moment to declare his intentions. With her parents' blessing, their love story unfolded, marked by poetic exchanges and shared dreams. Upon completing high school, Aaron embarked on a new chapter, securing employment at a local tractor supply store. Her spare moments were spent with Riley or alongside her family, exploring garage sales in search of hidden treasures. Aaron's life was one of quiet joys and simple pleasures, her nurturing spirit leaving an indelible mark on the lives she touched. In the end, Aaron Corwin's story is a tapestry woven with threads of love, compassion, and tragedy. Her life, though brief, serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of existence and the enduring impact of a kind heart. In the crisp autumn of 2012, Jonathan and Aaron, buoyed by the promise of a shared future, embarked on a journey of commitment in the vibrant city of Las Vegas. Their union, marked by a ceremony that blended spontaneity with enduring love, was a testament to their shared dreams and aspirations. California. The prospect of new beginnings in the sun-drenched state filled them both with anticipation, yet their hearts remained tethered to the rolling hills of East Tennessee, a place they envisioned returning to in time. By September of 2013, the couple found themselves amidst the dusty trails and towering cacti of San Bernardino County, setting up home at a marine base that served as a gateway to the enigmatic beauty of Joshua Tree National Park. Here, they began weaving a tapestry of new friendships, notably with Connor and Eileen Malachi, and their young son Brian, who lived just below them. Jonathan's camaraderie extended to the ranks of his fellow Marines, as he forged a bond with Christopher Brandon Lee. Born to Karen Lee and hailing from Anchorage, Alaska, Christopher carried with him the weight of his experiences from Afghanistan. seeking solace and stability within the structured confines of military life. He shared his home on the base with his wife, Nicole, and their daughter, Liberty, nurturing a love for horses that resonated deeply with Aaron. This mutual affection for equine companions led the three couples to form a close-knit circle, where laughter and shared moments of leisure became the glue that bound them. Whether it was Aaron, Eileen, and Nicole gathering for midday meals, or the men unwinding with culinary endeavors and cinematic escapades, their homes became a sanctuary of communal warmth and belonging. In their leisure time, Christopher and Nicole's dedication to horses brought them to Roca Blanca Ranch, a bastion of animal welfare under the stewardship of Isabel Megley. Aaron, drawn by the cause, immersed herself in the ranch's mission, finding purpose beyond the confines of domestic life. Yet, beneath the veneer of camaraderie and shared pursuits, tensions simmered. Christopher's initial adaptation to military discipline slowly unraveled, revealing a penchant for chaos and a cavalier approach to weapons that did not go unnoticed. His superiors, concerned by his reckless behavior, admonished him, and whispers of his indiscretion began to circulate among the ranks. For Jonathan and Aaron, the geographical distance from their familial roots introduced new strains to their young marriage. The realities of financial management and the nuances of a shared life led to friction. Yet these were challenges not uncommon to those embarking on the journey of matrimony at a tender age. A transformative moment arrived when Aaron discovered she was expecting. The news of her pregnancy, heralded by a jubilant announcement adorned in shades of blue and pink on social media, dissolved the discord that had shadowed their union. In the face of impending parenthood, past grievances faded, replaced by the anticipation of a new chapter. In this tapestry of life at the Marine base, woven with threads of friendship, love, and challenges, the Corwins and their companions navigated the complexities of duty and personal growth. Their journey, marked by the interplay of human nature and circumstance, stands as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit amidst the rhythms of life and military service. In the quiet corridors of human emotion, where love and despair often intertwine, Aaron found herself navigating an uncharted sea of sorrow and longing. The miscarriage she endured a few weeks prior had left her emotionally shattered, a wound that was only deepened by the absence of her husband, Jonathan. His military training exercises took him far from home, leaving Aaron to grapple with her grief alone, devoid of the comfort she so desperately needed from him. The distance between them, both physical and emotional, widened the fractures in their marriage, turning cracks into chasms. In those moments of solitude, another presence began to fill the void. Christopher, a friend who had been quietly observing Aaron's pain, became a companion during her darkest hours. As Jonathan's absences grew longer, Christopher's presence became a comforting constant. On a fateful Sunday evening in February 2014, a seemingly innocuous visit by Christopher and his wife, Nicole, to the Corwins' apartment set the stage for a profound change. While Jonathan and Nicole immersed themselves in the escapism of a zombie television series, Aaron, disturbed by its violent content, retreated to the sanctuary of the master bediastress. In the quiet intimacy of that room, they sat side by side on the floor, their attention ostensibly on the video games before them. Yet, the shared silence spoke volumes, and in a moment that would irreversibly alter their lives, one of them paused the game. Their eyes met, and without prelude, they shared a brief yet electrifying kiss. This spontaneous act of intimacy was the catalyst for an affair that quickly escalated, shattering the boundaries of their marriages. As Aaron and Christopher's clandestine relationship deepened, they began to entertain fantasies of a new life together, one where Aaron would step into the role of a stepmother to Christopher's child, Liberty. The reality of their respective marriages seemed to fade into the background as they indulged in dreams of a future unencumbered by their current commitments. Meanwhile, the cracks in Christopher's marriage became increasingly apparent to Nicole. Her growing suspicion led her to investigate, uncovering a trove of messages exchanged between her husband and Aaron. Confronted with the undeniable evidence of betrayal, Nicole's fury erupted in a torrent of accusations and venomous words that echoed through their home for hours. Her anger did not stop at Christopher. She extended her wrath to Jonathan, igniting an explosive confrontation that stretched deep into the night. Despite the turmoil and the end of their affair, Aaron and Christopher found themselves drawn back to each other, resuming their secret meetings with a renewed fervor. In this clandestine world, Christopher composed a poem for Aaron, a poignant reminder for her not to lose hope amidst the chaos of their lives. Oblivious to the ongoing betrayal, Jonathan remained steadfast in his determination to salvage their marriage. His resolve was tested anew when on June 22, 2014, Aaron discovered she was pregnant again. This time, the child was unquestionably Christopher's, a truth that weighed heavily on her mind as she prepared for her mother's first visit to California. Christopher, upon hearing the news, feigned happiness, but inside, he was beset by fear. The pregnancy was a complication he had not anticipated, a potential derailment of the plans he had secretly harbored. Despite the promises he had made to Aaron of a shared future, his intentions to leave Nicole remained insincere, a mirage in the desert of their tangled lives. In this tapestry of love, betrayal, and shattered dreams, the human heart reveals its capacity for both profound connection and devastating division. As Aaron navigated the complexities of her heart, she stood at the precipice of an uncertain future, where the choices she made would echo through the corridors of her life, shaping the destiny that lay before her. In the end, it is the resilience of the human spirit that remains, a testament to the enduring quest for love and belonging amidst the trials of existence. In the shadow of impending change, a Marine's life teetered on the brink of chaos. Christopher faced the inexorable end of his military service, set to conclude on July 4, 2014. The plan was to embark on a new chapter with his wife, Nicole, in the serene landscapes of Alaska, leaving behind a tumultuous affair that threatened to unravel the fabric of his existence. Yet beneath the surface of this seemingly straightforward transition, a darker narrative began to unfurl. One day after his service was set to end, Christopher shared with Isabel, his clandestine confidant, tales of his ventures into the arid desert. He spoke with an unsettling enthusiasm about a peculiar discovery, an elusive mine shaft, hidden and difficult to reach. His request to borrow Isabel's white propane tank was met with little resistance, a seemingly innocent gesture clouded by sinister undertones. Simultaneously, Christopher's online search history painted a grim picture as he delved into the macabre realm of body disposal methods. This digital breadcrumb trail led to a chilling invitation extended to Aaron, his unsuspecting paramour. He proposed an enchanting evening in a national park, a promise laced with mystery and allure. Aaron, buoyed by the prospect of romance, eagerly shared this development with a friend in Tennessee. Together, they mused over the implications of his surprise, her mind racing with dreams of a marriage proposal hinted at by her friend's playful use of a ring emoji. June 28th was marked on her calendar, a date that held the promise of love and new beginnings. In stark contrast, Christopher wove a web of deceit, spinning tales of a coyote hunting expedition in Joshua Tree National Park to placate Nicole. He assured her that his friend Connor would accompany him, providing a convenient excuse to arm himself with a Winchester .22 caliber rifle. The morning of the rendezvous, he loaded his vehicle with the propane tank and gasoline, fabricating a story of a last-minute cancellation by Connor to justify his solitary departure. Aaron, oblivious to the impending storm, bid farewell to her husband, Jonathan, with a kiss, assuring him of her love and leaving him with the comforting illusion of normalcy. She set off towards Joshua Tree National Park, ostensibly to scout trails for future biking adventures with her mother. The meeting point, however, was a crucible of broken promises. Instead of a romantic proposal, Aaron was confronted by Christopher's unbridled rage, her dreams shattered in the face of his wrath. The events that transpired are known only to Christopher, but the outcome was tragically clear. In a fit of violence, he fired his weapon into the air, harbinging her breath and vitality. Once life had left her body, Christopher discarded Aaron's remains into the very mine shaft that had captivated his dark imagination. She plummeted 76 meters into the abyss, her fate sealed by the man she once believed would offer her a future filled with love. As time slipped away, Jonathan's concern for his wife grew into a mounting dread. His attempts to contact her were met with silence, his gaze, and reached out to Aaron's mother. She too harbored fears, suspecting her daughter's notorious lack of direction had led her astray in the sprawling expanse of the national park. Thus, a tapestry of deceit, love, and loss was woven, each thread a testament to the fragile nature of human intention and the harrowing consequences of unchecked desires. In the vast indifferent desert, a life was extinguished, leaving behind echoes of what might have been. In the haunting silence of those days, the absence of Aaron weighed heavily on the hearts of her loved ones. The world seemed to hold its breath, waiting for news that would either shatter or soothe. The stillness was broken when a woman, residing in the solitude of a remote area, noticed an anomaly. A car parked near her home, an unusual occurrence that persisted over several days. With a sense of intuition, she captured the vehicle in photographs, sharing them in the hope that the owner would emerge to claim it. These images became a pivotal piece in the puzzle, revealing that the car belonged to Aaron. This discovery, while providing a lead, brought with it a chilling undercurrent. To Aaron's mother, the revelation was more than a mere fact. It was a premonition, a visceral ache that whispered of malevolence. It was as if the very air around them had grown colder with the knowledge that something sinister had touched her daughter's life. The police, sharing this ominous perspective, found themselves at a crossroads. Their mission was dual-faceted: to gather enough evidence to bring a potential perpetrator to justice and to unravel the tangled threads of Aaron's life that might have led her to this perilous juncture. The path of investigation meandered through the intricate corridors of her personal history, where, as detectives delved deeper into Aaron's world, they uncovered revelations that reshaped the narrative. Jonathan, her husband, learned of an affair that had been carefully concealed beneath the veneer of their marriage. This disclosure redirected the focus of the investigation, absolving Jonathan of suspicion and turning the spotlight towards Christopher, Aaron's clandestine partner. Christopher, however, was not easily ensnared. The tracks left near Aaron's abandoned car seemed to whisper his name, yet when confronted, his story routine, he sat under the glare of interrogation, weaving tales that shifted with the tides of evidence presented to him. He spoke of hunting coyotes, of firing his weapon into the wild expanse of the national park. Yet his narrative lacked the solidity of truth. With no body to confirm death, the investigators found themselves ensnared in a web of uncertainty. Their hands tied by the absence of conclusive proof, they were compelled to release Christopher after a grueling 9-hour interrogation. The taste of frustration lingered as the police remained convinced that Christopher's account was a tapestry of inconsistencies. Further complicating matters, when detectives approached Nicole, her demeanor was marked by an unsettling reluctance. Her apparent resentment towards the investigation added another layer of complexity to an already convoluted case. It was as if the truth was a specter, visible only in fleeting glimpses, leaving more questions than answers in its wake. In the aftermath, Christopher's life took an unexpected turn as he was discharged from the Marine Corps, a planned departure that coincided with the swirling maelstrom of essay testament to the fragility of truth in a world where shadows often obscure the light. In this intricate dance of fate and choice, the quest for answers continued, a reminder of the delicate balance between the known and the unknown. As the sun cast its final rays over the rugged Alaskan landscape, he and his wife, with young Liberty by their side, embarked on a journey back to the vast, untamed wilderness they called home. Their return to Alaska was a quest for solace amidst the chaos that had unfolded, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and lingering shadows. Simultaneously, a different narrative unfolded hundreds of miles away, where law enforcement grappled with a daunting challenge. The disappearance of Aaron had transcended the realm of a mere missing person case. It demanded resolution and justice. The detectives, once fueled by determination, found themselves at an impasse, their spirits waning with each passing day without a breakthrough. Yet, a flicker of hope emerged from the recesses of memory. Isabel's recollection of a conversation with Christopher, just a week prior to Aaron's vanishing, offered a potential lead. Christopher had spoken of a mysterious expedition to a national park, mentioning a mine so elusive that none could find it. This cryptic hint ignited a renewed fervor among the investigators, propelling them into action. A local expert, versed in the geography and history of the area's mines, was enlisted to guide the search. Under his tutelage, a meticulous and exhaustive operation commenced. Volunteers and officers from 6 law enforcement agencies joined forces, scouring the 3,000 square kilometers of wilderness that composed the park's sprawling domain. For weeks, hope flickered and faded as the relentless search yielded no tangible results. The operation was reluctantly suspended on a somber Saturday, August 16, 2014. Yet, fate had other plans. On that very day, an unexpected discovery emerged from the depths of the earth. A spelunker, traversing the labyrinthine corridors of a forgotten mine, was struck by the pungent scent of gasoline, a scent that beckoned with sinister promise. With urgency and caution, volunteers deployed a camera-laden bucket into the abyss. At 9 meters, the shaft's air turned treacherous, and at 30 meters, the camera captured a haunting image, a body shrouded in the shadows of the deep August night. 2 months after Aaron's disappearance, the veil of mystery was lifted, revealing her tragic fate. A propane tank lay ominously at the mine's bottom, a grim testament to a failed attempt at erasure. Aaron's body was airlifted to the local morgue, where the ravages of time and elements necessitated the use of dental records for identification. The truth laid bare was devastating. Aaron had perished from asphyxiation, an object mercilessly constricting her neck. The revelation of her pregnancy compounded the tragedy, casting a pall of sorrow and anger over her family. For Aaron's mother, the knowledge of her daughter's fate, though heart-wrenching, offered a sliver of peace amidst the torment of uncertainty. Her singular wish was to bring Aaron home, to Tennessee, where a proper farewell could be bestowed. The investigation's focus now honed in on Christopher. Motive, means, and opportunity coalesced into a compelling case against him. The evidence, once disparate, now formed a mosaic of guilt. His arrest in Anchorage marked a pivotal moment, a step towards justice for Aaron. Within the confines of his vehicle, beneath the passenger seat, lay a homemade device, a chilling artifact that hinted at premeditation and malice. In the quiet aftermath, as the wheels of justice began their inexorable turn, the story of Aaron's life and untimely demise resonated as a cautionary tale. It served as a stark reminder of the fragility of human existence and the profound impact of our choices, casting ripples that extend far beyond our comprehension. The object discovered around Aaron's neck became a pivotal piece in a complex web that ensnared those involved. It led law enforcement to probe the depths of Christopher's mother's knowledge, though she professed ignorance of the artifact's origin. Her denials were cast into doubt when a subsequent search of her residence unearthed a magazine issue containing an article about Aaron's case, suggesting a connection deeper than she admitted. The arrest of Christopher catapulted the case into the national spotlight. Media outlets across the country latched on to the unfolding drama, and soon the San Bernardino police were compelled to hold a press conference. There, they laid bare the details of their investigation, naming Christopher as their chief suspect. The probe extended to Isabel's ranch, an act that took her by surprise, where they uncovered a rifle registered to Christopher, further entrenching the suspicions against him. As the investigation deepened, a trove of incriminating internet search histories was unearthed, painting a damning picture of Christopher's intentions. The weight of evidence culminated in charges of first-degree murder being brought against him. On Friday, September 19th, 2014, a somber vigil illuminated the night as hundreds of candles flickered in remembrance of Aaron and her unborn child, lives tragically cut short. Approximately 250 individuals gathered adorned in custom T-shirts that bore Aaron's name and a poignant Bible verse. During this tumultuous time, Jonathan, Aaron's husband, consented to only one media interview, despite numerous requests. In that solitary conversation, he articulated his profound disdain for Christopher's actions. Yet he recognized that nurturing hatred towards Christopher would ultimately consume him. He recounted the painful revelation of the affair's rekindling and Aaron's disappearance when she ventured to meet Christopher, still residing next door. Though a part of him yearned for retribution, he refrained, understanding that such violence would only mirror Christopher's own. Jonathan vowed not to descend into darkness. The quest for justice for Aaron Corwin formally commenced 2 years later in October 2016. From the outset of Christopher's trial, the prosecution laid bare his violent proclivities, motive, and opportunity. On Wednesday, October 19th, a forensic scientist took the stand, revealing that a .22 caliber shell casing found near the mine where Aaron's body was discovered bore firing pin marks that matched Christopher's firearm. When the defense presented its case, Christopher was called as the sole witness. On the stand, he conceded to the overwhelming evidence against him and confessed to Aaron's murder. Yet, in a desperate attempt to sway the narrative, he concocted a tale fraught with falsehoods. He alleged that he suspected Aaron of harming his daughter, a claim that he insisted led to a so-called epiphany on that fateful Saturday in the desert. In the end, the courtroom became a theater of human frailty and the relentless pursuit of truth. The tragic saga of Aaron Corwin, marked by betrayal, loss, and the quest for redemption serves as a somber reminder of the depths to which human nature can descend and the resilience required to seek justice in its aftermath. Christopher's journey through the legal system was marked by a desperate attempt to justify his actions, clinging to the hope that his convoluted tale might sway the court towards leniency. Throughout his trial, he maintained an air of cooperation, his demeanor calm and collected as if performing a role he had rehearsed many times over. Yet, the jury remained unmoved by his narrative, seeing through the facade he presented. In a mere quarter of an hour, they reached a unanimous decision, convicting him of first-degree murder. Fee: imprisonment without the possibility of parole. This verdict was a somber victory for Aaron's family, who had endured the trial with a mixture of hope and dread. In the aftermath, they, alongside civic organizations, rallied for change, urging the Bureau of Land Management to allocate resources to seal off abandoned vertical mine shafts. These treacherous remnants of the past had claimed Aaron's life, and there was a collective determination to ensure that no other family would endure such a loss. The enormity of this task was not lost on them, aware that public areas had already been prioritized for closures. Yet they insisted that the site of Aaron's demise be addressed without delay, a testament to their resolve to transform personal tragedy into a catalyst for public safety. Aaron's mother, reflecting on the arduous journey to justice, spoke of her exhaustion. The emotional toll had been relentless, a burden so immense it was as if she had carried the weight of the world for over 2 years. The conclusion of the sentencing brought a profile, Auntie, dissolved into the joy of granting her daughter a new identity. For Jonathan Corwin, Aaron's husband, the path forward involved shielding himself from the relentless gaze of the media. In the shadow of such overwhelming loss, he embarked on a journey of healing and reconstruction, seeking solace in the quiet rebuilding of his life. As the echoes of the courtroom drama faded, the story of Aaron and her family became a poignant reminder of the enduring human spirit, capable of finding light even in the darkest of times.